Wood binding, plastic binding, not the same. Stand by. Hey everybody, welcome back to Rattlecan Guitar Restorations. I'm James, and we're talking about what I did this week in my college credit guitar building class. After last class, we all know I do work at home on my instruments because I'm helping other people in class, and that's okay because I've got the facilities. So I worked on plastic binding, which is a friggin' mess. It's a big difference between plastic binding and wood binding that I'm used to working with. I finished the inside of the bean cover. Now I got to pay attention to this neck pocket because I've got some adhesive that squeezed out of my Formica. It's a little difficult to get off of there, and my neck doesn't fit down in there. So you take the long, slow drag, 3 or 4 pulls on either side, and then you go back and you see if it fits, and if it doesn't, you do the long, slow drag 3 or 4 times on each side until it fits. It's just a process, and it takes time, which is great if you have patience. Some of us don't. So here we are, kind of mocked up with what it's going to look like. So I thought I would show you this big, long pile of parts. This is the little box that we get, and it has the assortment of all the hardware pieces that we are going to be putting into our instrument. There's a couple in particular I think you're more than likely going to want to look at. These are Stubac Golden Age humbuckers. There's one in the neck, there's one in the bridge position. I don't know if they make these anymore. I was having trouble finding them on the website. I think they have a newer, gooder generation of stuff out of here. Here's the bridge that I was talking about. Remember how we relocated that grounding hole? That's why. They put a logo back in there for the manufacturer, and that can kind of screw stuff up. We did some rudimentary spacing to try to set our saddles, and then we taped it into position. Remember, we have a fixed bridge position from the get-go on this instrument, so to change the scale length, you need to move the fretboard back and forth to set that 25.5-inch scale length. So that's what I did. And as an exercise for, we've got one guy in our class that is going to do a swirl dip on his instrument. So we have these small laser cut guitars, and they were primed. And so we kind of practiced doing this swirl dip technique with different colors. There was some sparkles, and you get sometimes 2 different results, even though it's just the other side of a very thin piece of wood. And we were able to hang those up. We'll get those next week, and that'll be kind of a memento. I don't know. I'm going to try to sneak mine onto the Christmas tree without telling Mrs. Rattlecan. It's probably not going to go well, but we'll give it a shot. And then we did one full-sized guitar dip. This was what they call a blade body style, and this one looks pretty cool because he has put a 45-degree chamfer on the edges of this guitar. So there's a little bit of a learning curve that we're working around, and we actually did a double dip, kind of like what you're not supposed to do with, nachos or salsa. We dipped it a second time, and I think we came out with some, with a pretty cool, again, very unique guitar that you're going to get using this style. He did have a stencil on the back that was like a dragon, and I mean, the colors are great. The swirl is great. It's very interesting. That process for me is just a little too chaotic. I kind of like my things neat and orderly, and that process is none of those things. Anyways, that's what I did at guitar school this week. That was week 7. So we have this upcoming week. We're going to glue our fretboards onto our necks. The downside is you're down for a week. So I don't know. I'm trying to think, do I just go ahead and glue mine on, or do I just wait with the rest of the class? I don't know. I'm so indecisive right now. Anyways, again, guitarbuilding.org, see if there's a class near you. I'm not sponsored by them. I don't get a break for doing any of this stuff. I just think it's really cool that you could, I mean, even if you're not a guitar person, you could learn how to build a guitar. And like I said, we don't have any luthiers in this class, especially me. But, you know, I'm like the senior guy in there, and we all know I know nothing. So, you know, we've got artists and we've got teachers and, you know, we've got guys who play but don't know anything about setting their guitars up. You know, so it's a cool mix, and it's nice to meet people from maybe a different field than what you're used to mixing with. You know, none of the people in my class are machinists, so it's interesting. You know, I get to talk to the biology teachers about biology things, and, you know, they get to listen to me prattle on about goofy stuff in the metal shop. Anyways, that's my update this week. Short but sweet. We'll see next week. Gluing stuff on. We might be doing dots, fret markers, maybe. I don't know. We marked them out this week, but we'll see. Anyways, I'm James. This is Rattlecan Guitar Restorations. Be sure to give us a thumbs up if you found this mildly entertaining, perhaps informative, maybe a mix of both. Be sure to subscribe. Click that little bell to be notified the next time that I do something. And I don't know, maybe we'll do a contest and see who can figure out what in the world I did to my forehead. You guys have a great weekend. If I can do it, you can do it. Cheers. Hey everybody, thanks for hanging out with us this afternoon here at Rattlecan Guitar Restorations. If you're not already subscribed, make sure to click my beautiful face above. Hit the bell to be notified next time we drop a video. Here's a video that the Hive Mind has picked out especially for you. And remember, if I can do it, you can do it. You guys have a great weekend. Shut up, cat! Cheers.